Hey, peace family, what's going on? What's going on? It's Cornez here with Too Smart to Be Broke. I appreciate y'all coming to the channel. Going to do a really quick video today, but make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Drop down in the comments as always. If you have any information that for me you want to build with me, drop down in the comments. Follow me on Instagram at Too Smart to Be Broke. I don't post a lot on there, but if you slide in the DMs, I do my best to get to you, and I answer questions when I can. But to get in depth, to get me on the phone, I am accepting donations to get do consultations if you feel the need to do such. But send me a quick message and I'll see if I can respond to you right quick and answer a couple of questions. But today, what I want to get into really quick. I'm off center right here. There we go, a little bit better. What I wanted to get into is I'm not sure if I talked about it in depth or not. I want to talk about American Express. So American Express does have some business credit cards that you can get. The thing about American Express is that normally when you already have a relationship with them, that sometimes they'll go ahead and approve you without getting a hard inquiry. So say for instance you got an American Express card within a short period of time, maybe 6 months, year, 3 months, recently, but don't quote me on this. Do some research for yourself. I'm just sharing you my experience. Sometimes you can actually go get the American Express card, get another American Express card, and what they'll do is they'll actually do a soft inquiry, and so it won't be no hard pull on your credit. So I really want to have no negative effect on your credit score. But keep in mind, you still have to put down your personal information. All right. So for those of you who may already have a relationship with American Express and you want to try that out, be mindful that even when you ask them, they're going to tell you that they don't know if they're going to give you a hard pull or soft pull or not. All right. Just recently, I do have an American Express Blue Business Plus, something like that, so I got that. I did PG that. So that's 10 grand. I think I made a video about that. So on that, so kind of low end business card. Like I say, you got to get your personal credit better to get better scores and get the business, more revenue and stuff like that, because you can easily get cards higher than that. So keep that in mind. Now, I do have a Macy's American Express card, but I didn't have an actual relationship directly with American Express. Their Gold and all the other programs that they have. So if you do have a regular American Express card, then you might want to just give them a call, or if your credit is good and you don't mind the risk of getting a hard inquiry for the chance of you actually not receiving one. Just keep in mind that it will be a PG. But maybe something that you want to try out. So I think that I had the Macy's, and the Macy's is pretty good too. I think I talked about that a little bit. And American Express is one of those cards that what you want to do. Now try this with any of the cards you have. Get a credit limit increase, right? So what are the benefits of a credit limit increase? On the personal side, a credit limit increase can allow you to have a better debt credit utilization. So that means if you got $1,000 credit card, and then you're only supposed to spend to be in good standing as far as credit score and all that stuff. People say under 30%, but even lower than that if you want your scores to be a little bit better, 15, 20. So essentially, if you got $1,000 credit card, you shouldn't be spending over $300 over on a revolving balance each month. It will negatively affect your personal credit score. So if you increase it to $5,000 or $10,000, that means you can comfortably spend a little bit more and still be in the good graces of your credit. All right, your credit score. So on the business side, the benefit of actually extending your credit, getting your credit limit increase, is the fact that you'll get more funding, and you already have the account open. You get more funding. Your utilization is not as big it's not really a big deal as long as you're making your payments on time for your business. So it's something you want to consider. But before you actually do get a credit limit increase, whatever you do, whether it's personal, whether it's business, especially if you have a personal guarantee, what you want to do is you want to give your creditors a call. And just ask them a couple questions. I start off with, hey, I just Quinez, I'm calling in. I wanted to see if I could actually get a credit limit increase for this card. And they say, sure, I can do that for you. Well, I said, well, I was kind of curious. Do you know if it's going to be a hard pull on my credit, or it'd be a soft pull, or a hard inquiry, or a soft inquiry, however you want to word it? And usually they'll say, oh well, they'll tell you, well, either they say, well, let me pull it up and we'll see. And some places like Macy's, American Express, I'm not sure if regular. I haven't tried this with my regular American Express. Maybe I'll do it to see. But typically, what happens is they're going to actually Macy's, for example, the American Express card. They'll actually do a soft inquiry, and normally they'll extend you your credit as long as you've been doing your dance properly. So make sure you try to do that every quarter, at least every 6 months for sure. But if they tell you it's going to be a hard pull, don't do it, because it's going to negatively it's going to impact your personal credit score. And if you're going to impact your personal credit score, you might as well go get a whole nother line of credit, a whole nother credit card. All right, but if it's going to be a soft pull, then do it. If they tell you they don't know, I would stay away from it. If they tell you they're unsure, I've definitely had somebody run my credit after giving me some misinformation. And you can fix those things, but it's not fun to go through those motions. So I would say, call them and say, ask if it's going to be a hard pull or a soft pull. If it's going to be a hard pull, I wouldn't do it personally. If it's going to be a soft pull, go ahead and do it. Keep in mind, you want to be in good standing, have relationships with these people. So, from my personal experience, I do know, I would consider trying to do it. Just calling American Express to see what they say. Because I know Macy's did me for me, but it is an American Express card. So keep that in mind. That's just my experience. As well as I actually call Synchrony Bank. Synchrony Bank is very popular for people who are building business credit. Synchrony Bank has the Amazon net accounts. They have the Sam's Club accounts. They have the Lowe's accounts receivable net account. I think they have J.C. Penney account. Synchrony does a lot of business. Has a lot of business relationships. Most of these accounts are net accounts. Some of them are actually unsecured credit accounts. Some of them you have to PG. A lot of the net vendors you don't necessarily have to PG for Synchrony. But I actually called for my Sam's Club card, and they'll actually pull a credit limit increase. So I challenge you all to, hey, if you've been in business you had the card for 3 months, 6 months, you're making payments on time, maybe your business is making more money because you was using it for marketing or whatever it was for, that, keep in mind, if you PG these accounts, you're still held liable, and it could possibly be a hard increase. So I always tend to ask, but I know in the Sam's Club I didn't PG that one, so I wasn't worried about actually getting an inquiry for the business. So I just wanted to make that video short, just kind of touching on that subject. I don't think I touched on it really before, but yeah, the American Express, if you're in the door with them, sometime they'll they'll let you in. They might send you some offers, or they might just do a soft pull to go ahead and let you walk through and get that PG business credit. And then I haven't been with them that long, but I'm sure if you're with them and you're maintaining good habits and making payments on time, keep your eyes open for those offers. Now, the reason I got the blue card, I think, is because it can carry a balance. Not all American Expresses. Some of them are charge accounts, charge cards, and some of them are actually credit cards. So be mindful of which ones you apply for, because they expect you sometime to pay that off immediately. So if you have it and you just want the relationship with American Express to get some of the benefits, and you're saying, okay, I'm gonna pay whatever I owe immediately, then maybe get a charge account. But I personally, being starting a new business, I like to be able to have a balance to make my minimum payments, just in case. So, hope this video helps somebody. Remember, you're too smart to be broke, and as always, it's not easy to get out here and get unsecured, no PG business credit when you are first starting. All right, I know I'm supposed to lead by saying that, but it's not easy to do so. There's a couple places I share them. If anything else comes up, I do my best to share them as soon as I find out about it. But for the most part, it's not easy getting unsecured business credit with no personal guarantee, getting thousands of dollars as a very brand new business, and you're not making money yet. You're not on. The foundation is not set up properly, meaning your business email and address, so on and so forth. So as I say that, and as I talk about this, and if you're a person who's going out here and getting vendor accounts and doing all this stuff, that's very great. You need a business credit profile. You want it to be strong. Just realize that it may take you a little time to get to the point where you want to be. And people telling you can do it in 6 to 12 months. I'm not saying that they're lying, but you got to have a hell of a business plan. You have to have some hell of an execution, and you're gonna be having to work. You're gonna be working it. So keep that in mind, man. I don't want to make it seem like it's easy to get out here and get it. I don't make it seem like it's hard. But I do not want to sit here and tell you that after 6 months of building up net 30s that you can go get $20, $40, $50,000 with no personal guarantee. With a personal guarantee, I can see that all day. All day. So clean up your personal credit, y'all. I try to keep it, I try to, not even try to have integrity and tell y'all what's what. I don't like getting into controversial topics as far as stuff like that, but there's a difference between public and private information. And as far as us doing business out here in the public, it's a certain way we have to move. So as far as you using that SSN, it is a tool to use to just leverage. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, with that being said, before I go on to my tangents, man, I really appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man, and I hope I plant some seeds in y'all for y'all to grow and be great. All right, peace. You're too smart to be broke.